Hey folks, check it out. Got the lights working on the old Cub Cadet. She's purring like a kitten. And I don't know if you can see this or not, it's getting kind of dark, but put some new tires on the front of this thing. Some ATV knobby tires I found. Actually, a friend of mine gave them to me, so they happen to be the right size for that old Cub Cadet wheel, and even touched up that rim there with some new paint. And then reason for those knobbies is when I get that snowblower on the front of this thing, the old tires tended to wash out the front end of it, so I'm hoping that these knobbies will give me a little traction. Alright folks, I'll catch up with you next time. Well folks, first fire of the year. Check this out. Also created this thermal mass. Had a bunch of these blocks stacked up outside, and I thought, hey, might as well set them up in here and absorb some of that heat. Then when the fire burns down, they release the heat, because hot always goes to cold. That's the first law of thermodynamics, if you folks didn't know that. Anyway, just a little toasty fire going this evening, and catch up with you folks later. Little walk with her new leash. Little Hanny's going for a walk. Oh, no, she's having fun. Emma's taking Hanny out for a little spin around the barnyard. It doesn't look like she likes it too much, but it is a chicken leash after all. Well folks, since we had this extended fall, I'm going to do some plowing. Turn some garden area over for next year. Got this 2-bottom plow. Picked this up from my uncle when he passed away. Turns out it was my great-grandpa's, so kind of excited to see if this old Ford 3000 can turn some of this ground over. I figure that's probably the best way to get this turned over. This is the area where I had the chickens last summer. Let that sod rot all winter long. So alright folks, I'll catch up with you in a few. Well folks, there it is. Got that new area turned over. Well, that sod was about 8 inches deep. A little bit of a struggle for the plow, but it was mostly just getting the sod kept jamming up in here on this plow here. Kept jamming in here. It's so thick, the sod kept jamming up in there, and you can see it clean these blades off nice, so worked pretty good. Pretty deep ruts there, but get the disc and go over that in the spring. Alright folks, I'll catch up with you next time. Hey folks, check it out. Got the lights working on the old Cub Cadet. She's purring like a kitten. And I don't know if you can see this or not, it's getting kind of dark, but put some new tires on the front of this thing. Some ATV knobby tires I found. Actually, a friend of mine gave them to me, so they happen to be the right size for that old Cub Cadet wheel, and even touched up that rim there with some new paint. And then reason for those knobbies is when I get that snowblower on the front of this thing, the old tires tended to wash out the front end of it, so I'm hoping that these knobbies will give me a little traction. Alright folks, I'll catch up with you next time. Hey folks, Farmitecture here again, and look what I found. I know it's middle of winter, but been looking for one of these for quite a while. This disc to be pulled by that Ford. Just happened to be a Ford disc too, so it was a good find on Craigslist. And so that plowing I did, I've got something to break that up in the spring. Like I said, it's middle of winter, but once spring rolls around, these things are hard to find used, and the guy made me a pretty good deal on it, so got that all ready to go. And so he also had another item that was hard to pass up. It kind of followed me home. I'll show you over here. Look at that dream. That's a Cub Cadet 105. Not sure of the year on it, but had some pretty good paint job. I mean, the paint is pretty original. It's also must be one of the first hydrostatic transmissions, because that's what this is. Just like my 149, but an earlier version of it. So I'm thinking it's the 105 from what I can find on the internet. It's got a 10 horse Kohler on it. Just what I need, another project. But like I say, I was looking at it and he's like, make me an offer on it. So I told him, when you make me just let me know what you need for it. Because I really don't have room for another Cub, but like I say, he offered it to me for $100, so on Craigslist I see him going for $400. So plus this thing is really in nice shape, and he had it running. He just said he had trouble figuring the wiring out on it, so it'll just be another project for me in case I get bored this winter. Yeah, right. But came with a battery. Shoot, battery's $50 for these things. So there's some nice folks, a little farmer, and he made me actually he offered it to me for $50, but I couldn't do that to him, so I said, how about 100? So anyway, folks, that's just a little update, some more tractor fun here at the old Farmitecture headquarters. I'll see you folks next time.